for VP activities. So what changes do you want to make?
Well, my main policies are fairer access to societies for all students. So at the moment, there are some societies that are quite expensive, and not all students can afford to join in or go on trips and stuff like this. So to create some kind of fund that students who are like in receipt of a bursary can get money to join in with those kind of things. Also, alternative space to the union during the refurbishment, because obviously we're going to see a huge reduction in the rooms that we can use here. The refurbishment is also going to affect the union budget, so they're probably going to have a much more limited budget, but I want to try as much as possible to protect society funding throughout the following year. Also greater advertising of societies throughout the year, just to encourage more people to get involved and make them aware that they can join it up to a society at any point throughout the year.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How would you advertise?
I want to get a newsletter out. I think that students don't necessarily read all the emails they get from the university and the union, so I try and get some kind of fun newsletter out with like different events that are going on from different societies. I don't know, maybe a little fun like interactive section of like, you know, crosswords or Sudoku, you know, something. So it's like kind of quite a light-hearted thing that people can just pick up.
And which they'd enjoy reading.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And if you could only make one of those changes, what would it be?
I think probably the fairer access to societies, because I think it's, I think a lot of students don't get the same opportunity to get involved as everyone else. And not only like financially, also like disabled students might not be able to go to certain events because for some reason. So yeah, I probably want to really try and focus on that.
Okay. So would you talk to the heads of the societies then?
Yeah, talk to the heads of the societies, and also probably work quite closely on the VP for like welfare and equality on that, because obviously that will be something that comes under their role as well. So yeah.
Okay, cool. And what societies are you a member of at the moment or have been?
Yeah. Well, I'm currently on the committee for the Expedition Society, which is one of the biggest societies in the university, and was voted best society last year.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm on that committee, and I'm part of the Best of Bristol Lectures team as well. So I help organise that. And I've been part of kind of casually, like part of like Amnesty and Fine Film Society, but I haven't like been like hugely like dedicated to those in terms of like being on a committee or anything.
But you
yeah.
Okay. And what are your views on the kind of current state of student media? And what would you do to kind of help?
Well, the student media, obviously there's Epigram, Blink, Burst Radio, and I think they're all very different in how they work. And one of my policies is I would like to see greater advertising of the societies and of their events, and if I could do that with through student media, that would be really great. I think that Epigram don't necessarily want to be too closely linked with societies in that way. But I mean, I think it's about talking to each kind of form of student media and seeing what the union can do to work with them and what they can do to help to support them, and whether that's kind of through advertising with them or whatever. Then I think just like talking to the different forms of student media and seeing what can be done to help improve them. But I think that they are all really important, and students should have a chance to get involved with them doing that. So
cool. Okay, and if you could say, who would you want to be president?
I think that the current presidential campaign and race is really good. I think it's really closely fought, and so far they've all been really on it. You see their posters everywhere, and they've all got slightly different kind of ways of their campaigning. I think this week we'll see I don't know what to expect, but I'm sure we'll see them all out and about. I haven't quite decided yet.
Okay. Do you have any likes?
Not really. I think they've all got some really good things going for them. But I mean, this week will decide it for me. So yeah.
And did you ever think about running for president?
I didn't. The role of activities really stood out to me just because I was most involved with societies and not as kind of party political as maybe I felt it might be necessary to be for some of the other roles.
Yeah.
So activities was one that kind of really stood out to me, and
Yeah.
I thought I could have some fun with and also try and make a difference with as well. So yeah.
And how can you convince people that it is like that you're very interested in Bristol University and the activities, and not just using this as kind of a stepping stone onto what you want to do later? Because it would look great on your CV.
Well, up until this year of university, I hadn't been that heavily involved with the union. I joined some societies, but I didn't really know what went on here.
Yeah.
And this year I was working at the Info Point and the Welcome Point, and then became one of the student trustees. And just like, I think the more you get involved with the union, the more you can get out of it, and the more you can see what can be done and what changes that can be made and stuff. And just getting more involved with it has made me want to get more involved with it. So yeah, I think there's some really great stuff that can be done here, and you become more aware of all the amazing stuff that is going on here. So yeah.
And I guess because you've been part of a lot of societies as well, you actually like feel the impact.
Yeah, exactly. And you want to see like societies do really well and like do great stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, cool. And if you were a character in Friends, who would it be?
So I was trying to think of like some character in Friends that's like something to do with activities. But it's quite difficult. I mean, I've just always had a soft spot for Joey. Like,
love Joey.
No, he'd never fail to make me laugh. So I'd probably just say Joey just for like,
no, good choice.
Pure love.
And just quickly, a word association round. Okay, so just say the first thing that comes into your head. Okay, fresher.
Fun.
Lounge.
Lizard.
Screwdriver.
Turn.
Tree.
Leafy.
Chunder.
Runner up.
Spoon.
Drink.
Art student.
Ass.
Bristol.
Great.
Home.
London.
Okay, cool. That's great. Thank you. Okay, if you want to vote for Martha, then you can do so online if you log on to the Union website from now.